so much for buying your Joyful Hoop. This is a video to help you with your care and maintenance and answer some questions that I've had some clients recently ask me about how to take care of their hoop. So you see I have the hair dryer here. What am I doing here? I'm actually warming up the plastic of the hula hoop and then pulling up on it to reshape it into a circle shape. That's one of the very first questions that my clients ask is how do I get my hoop back into a circle because they easily will fall out of that circle shape into some sort of flattened diversion. So that's one way is to press down with your foot on the bottom of the hoop and pull up on the top and just continue to do that all the way around the hoop and give it a nice good pull, and that helps reshape it into a circle here. Another way that you could be reshaping if it's more too round or too coned up like so is to actually push down on the hoop against the floor and do the same thing in reverse. You push down into a circle like so. So this helps you reshape your hoop back into its former circle glory. It probably won't stay a perfect circle though, and honestly, for those of you who have been to a Joyful Hoops class, you'll know that most of my class hoops aren't perfect circles anymore as we get so much use out of them. But when I have a chance, I will reshape them and get them back into circles, and that's how you can do it as well. You may also find that if your hoop is wobbly, it may not actually be flat anymore, so you could check by just putting it down on the ground and see, does it touch the ground or is it misshapen and somehow kind of bowed? So you could shape it by stepping on it and pushing it back down onto the ground. You don't want to do this with shoes on though. You want to take your shoes off, otherwise you're going to have shoe marks and scuffs, things like that. So this helps you shape it, or you could reach down and pull, do what you need to do to help reshape it that way too. So as you saw, I was using the hair dryer on the hoop to warm it up slightly. You don't want to do it for too long because it could damage the hoop tape itself. The heat can damage hoop tape, and it will misshape the hoop if you put it too long. That also goes for any type of hot weather for hula hoops. So that includes, you want to make sure you don't leave the hula hoop in your car in the summertime because that is going to be very hot and the tape will start to get tacky and slide. It'll get really sticky and actually change its shape and position, so that'll ruin your tape. And also storing it in a hot attic, things like that. So you want to think about keeping your hoop in a cool, dry place all year round, but especially in the summertime. Another thing about taking care of your hoop is you want to be mindful of where you're hooping, because where you're hooping is where the hoop's going to drop. We all drop it. Everybody drops the hoop, right? So look down when you're hooping. Where are you standing? You want to have it be a soft landing for your hoop. So you don't want to be on asphalt or a driveway, parking lots, things like that, because those are the worst on hoop tape. They will get it all scratched up and scuffed, and it's just not going to look as nice anymore. So think grass, carpet, gym floors, things like that are much nicer to the hoop, and you'll be able to keep the hoop looking nice a lot longer. If your hoop does start to look really ratty and torn up and the tape is starting to tear, it's okay, it can be retaped. You don't need to go buy a new hoop. You can come back and get it retaped. I do it all the time. I take all the tape off, I clean the hoop, I reuse the plastic and put new tape on. So I do it with my own hoops. I retape them. It's about once a year for my class hoops that I have to retape them. So if you have a heavy use on your hoop, that might be the case for you too. It doesn't last forever. You're going to have to retape it at some point, especially if you have the hoop on asphalt or some kind of really hard surface that tears up the tape. And then the last thing is how do you keep your hoop clean? I don't recommend any type of really harsh cleaners or chemicals like bleach or things like that. What I do is I use rubbing alcohol. I just put it on a rag, a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and I just kind of wipe the hoop down like so all the way around, and that gets it clean. You could even just use a damp rag. So, but I wouldn't use bleach or anything that could be caustic because it could damage your tape or cause staining, things like that. So rubbing alcohol or just a wet rag and wipe it down. That will keep it looking nice and clean and healthy. So I think I've covered everything, so please enjoy your joyful hoop, and I look forward to seeing you in class soon. Take care. Bye-bye.